Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Only a quick update. We haven't really seen massive movement here with Ethereum in this move to the upside. I'm not going to discuss the whole structure again. We did that in detail in previous videos. Really only want to focus on the short term here. And at the moment, my view is still that we are in this smaller wave 4, which would eventually be followed by a wave 5 to the upside, right? And that could push sort of into the 1650 region, maybe even a little bit higher. Depends on how low we really get into the wave 4, and I will of course update you about the wave 5 target as soon as we get a little bit more clarity. But at the moment I would estimate sort of the 1650 region would be something to look at. I am not convinced anymore that this here is a triangle. It could become a triangle, but at the moment it's looking for me more like an A, B, C pattern here, where we are now in the wave C and expect still lower prices. The reason is that we are sliding a bit lower. Yeah, this swing low here from tonight basically came down a bit lower than this low, and here the latest one basically came to the same level, and we haven't really pushed any higher. Yeah, there was an attempt here, but it got immediately rejected. So at the moment I'm counting this as an ABC. Should we break out from here to the upside, which is at the moment not yet expected, at least not primarily, because I would like to see us dip into this yellow area. Should we go higher, a signal for a breakout would be the 1583 level. So should we get an early breakout to the upside, which is always possible in such a strong uptrend, then the signal for that would be the break above 1583 in my opinion. Yeah, that is the swing high here in this structure, and that is probably the best signal you would get. At the moment, from my point of view, I would like to see first actually a dip deeper into this yellow area, just purely because it is for a wave 4 ideal, and I would like to get a bit more clarity about the structure. Always looking at the ideal wave patterns, always looking at the ideal targets, and the ideal target here would be the 1482 level. That is the 38.2 retracement. I'd be happy already if we at least get to 1525. That is a 23.6% level, right? Will we get there? I don't know. Yeah, I always get the questions, do you think we will? Primarily yes, because it is the most likely outcome and the ideal pattern. But of course, you know, the market does what it wants to do. What the Elliott Waves allow us to do is to identify interesting trade setups. If we get into this area, it might be an interesting long trade setup, because the invalidation point is quite clearly defined below the 50% fib retracement. Yeah, so again, it's all about lower risk, higher reward. But the point is, we are already in the middle of this third wave. Yeah, actually rather towards the end. If we're now in a wave 4, there will be a wave 5 to finish off this third wave, and then you're already getting close to the end of that particular wave. Then there will be another dip in a wave 4, another wave 5. At least that is what I can currently see. You know, for me, again, I mentioned it so many times, the support area was down here. That was the entry point, that was the long entry, and at the moment, you know, we are just sort of far away from that. Oh, that was loud. At the moment, that is actually quite far away from there, and you know, you're quite far away from support. Of course, not from this wave 4 support, that's a different story, but for me, that is not interesting to enter at the moment. I will re-enter. I always mention that. I will re-enter, well, but I don't mean re-enter, I will scale up my positions in wave 2, because I am still in the trade. Yeah, I will take more profits as we go higher, and then will scale up again in wave 2. But at the moment, yeah, I think still lower prices as long as we stay below the breakout point at 1583. For me, at the moment, it is looking like we're coming down. That rejection was quite strong, but of course, you know, the market does unlikely things all the time, and the US stock market, you know, in the early hours of the US stock market opening, there's always a lot of volatility. So be ready basically for a direct breakout, whilst primarily expecting still a lower low here in wave 4. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.